So we're going to go on to our weekly health tip for the week that we have just begun. And today, I actually drew this inspiration from our guest about the weekly tip. And we just want to highlight a few things about intermittent fasting. I think there are a lot of information, a lot of pieces of information out there that we already know about intermittent fasting. And we want to encourage you this week, if you can we just came out of a regular fast, but we want to harness the importance of intermittent fasting for your health needs. And I'm actually going to allow our guests to talk about it too, because just for a few minutes before we go into our main point of discussion today. And the benefits of intermittent, maybe a couple of benefits, And so I'll just give one, and then I'll probably just introduce her to say a few before the regular show. If you are able to do regular intermittent fasting, you are able to lose weight. So those of you who are struggling with weight loss, maybe you should harness the strategy of intermittent fasting, because that's going to make you able to lose weight. All right. On the easier path. I mean, I'm saying easier because it will make you lose the weight easier, but it's going to be hard on you because you're going to be starving a little bit, right? So it's not really easy, but it's an easier way out if you want to lose weight. So definitely check that out. And also, if you are diabetic, it's going to help you be able to improve on your blood sugar levels. It's going to make you able to modulate your levels if you practice intermittent fasting. But without doing all the talk on it quickly, I just want us to invite our guest, because she is actually doing a project on her live show, on her channel, about intermittent fasting, and she can use that opportunity to also invite our guests, our viewers and our subscribers to practice that. So even though we haven't started today's show, I just want to introduce to you our guest. And she is in the person of Mrs. Salome Adomakon. Mrs. Salome Adomakon. And she's a nurse by profession. And she happens to also be a functional nutrition certified person. So she is able to harness the use of information to help you lose weight. If you have any issues about weight loss and health, you can also visit her channel on Ezra Wellness on YouTube. But this time, before we talk about our main subject for today, she's doing something on her channel beginning, I think, this week about intermittent fasting. So as we want to say, it is something we want to promote this week as a health tip. I want to have her actually chime in on that before we go straight to our show. So welcome to Dayspring Life and Health. This is not your first time anyway. So those of you who have been following, we did a show on diabetes. We did one on erectile dysfunction. So we're going to keep doing stuff together. So Mrs. Salome Adomakon, welcome to Dayspring Life and Health on the Life and Health Show.
Wow. Thank you, Doc, for having me one more time. Thank you.
All right. So yes, this week, our health tip for this week is the benefits of intermittent fasting. I just said two. Would you want to throw in maybe one or two more and then introduce what you're doing on your channel about this strategy for health?
So, like you said, that intermittent fasting is one of the easiest ways to lose weight. And I would say also to maintain the weight that you've lost. Because most of the time, losing weight is not that hard. But the maintenance, that is what a lot of people struggle with, because when you calorie restrict, it gets to a point that your basal metabolic rate will decrease to compromise whatever you are bringing in. But intermittent fasting have proved that when you intermittent fast, you actually increase your basal metabolic rate because of all that hormonal changes that goes on in the body. So that is why it's one of the best ways to lose weight and also maintain the weight that you've lost. And another thing that I will also say that most people, when they lose weight, especially those who have gone through surgery, like the bariatric surgeries to lose weight, you see they have a lot of sagging skin. And those are all dead tissues that is either you get rid of them through surgery or things like that. But with intermittent fasting, when you do it and you lose weight, you see that you don't have those complications of the sagging skin because the body eats those kind of dead cells up in a process called autophagy. So let's say you have a lot of skin sagging in some places and you're looking to get rid of it. Intermittent fasting could also help to get rid of that. And intermittent fasting has also proved for longevity. And if you're looking to live long and a healthy life, incorporating intermittent fasting is a really good way to look at it.
All right, all right, all right. So, our health tip is already exhausted. Intermittent fasting this week. Would you want to use this opportunity to just talk a little bit about that? What you're doing on your channel this week?
Yeah, so for the next 1 month, I know there have been a lot of fasting going around at the beginning of the year because most people are believers and your churches have hosted fasting. And like you said, we're coming out of our 2 weeks of fasting. But this time around, we are doing a 16-8 fasting challenge. And what is a 16-8? That means you fast for 16 hours and you eat within an 8-hour window. And we said the rules include no snacking. So at the end of the day, I'm expecting that people who are going to engage in this kind of lifestyle, you're not going to eat your first meal of the day starting tomorrow until noon. And then when you eat your first meal at noon, the next meal of the day, you're going to eat it before 8 p.m. so that you'll be able to go without food for 16 hours until the following day at noon. I think it's pretty easy. It's one of the easiest type of fasting to start. And like people who are trying to incorporate intermittent fasting, that is one of the easiest way to go. So we are doing it as a community for 30 days. And I'm hoping that at the end, it's going to be lifestyle for a lot of people because most of our community, I know people talk to me, pre-diabetes is pretty up there. And we are hoping that this will help to reverse some of these conditions.
Wow, 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 wow. So, basically, you're starting this week, right?
Yes. We're going
Monday.
23rd, yes, tomorrow, Monday, to the 1st of February, 21st. So it's 30 days because we're trying to make a lifestyle. People say Salome is a lot. I said by 2 weeks, you will love it. And you might even go longer. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And I know it's intermittent, so maybe I missed it if you said it. Can you repeat if you said it? From what time blocks are you not eating? I know
So I'm
I saw
hoping
on your site 16 to 8. Somebody was actually asking me today, what does it mean? I told them to watch this show because you're going to explain. Yeah.
16 means we are fasting for 16 hours and we are eating within an 8-hour window. So the window that I'm hoping that we eat within will be from 12 noon to 8 p.m. You should finish your meal for the day. And I said no snacking because some people do think that when you say an 8-hour window, they could be eating every hour through those 8 hours. So I'm hoping that you eat at noon, eat everything that you want to eat. If you want to, anything that you want to eat, you eat it at that time. And then later on by 7 p.m. to you have the next meal. So 2 meals every day, no snack. And the first week I said no carbohydrate, and people were like, "Oh my god!" I say, "Yeah, I want you to ramp up on your vegetable this first week." And there are ideas out there on NutraWellness.com for a guide if you need help with that. Yeah.
I see. I see. I see. All right. That sounds like a great program that we can all benefit from. And again, the benefits are huge. It's not
Definitely.
that we just want to, starve anybody, but scientifically, the benefits are there. You can Google, you can go anywhere, and you can find tons of information about the benefits of intermittent fasting. Now, if you have a coach who is going to monitor your progress and suggest to you what to do each day, I think it's even easier. So, I want you to, after this show, make sure you go to Ezra Wellness. They have a website also, EzraWellness.com, and you can follow through with information.